And kind of like building off of what Nino was saying earlier, I think the most important kind of thing I have to look at, obviously, public relations is very important. Preservation of my officers' lives is like bottom line is the most important, and then also kind of like civilian population, which don't get it twisted. Civilian doesn't mean somebody who doesn't commit crimes. It literally just means somebody not a police or armed in the armed forces. That being said, I do know you guys have been having issues. I don't want to blame anyone. I'm not here to point any fingers. Ultimately, I need to find resolutions to situations you guys are having. That doesn't mean we're not going to police areas, but at the same time, officer misconduct should never be an excuse for the things you guys are encountering.
Gonna get behind that.
But I mean, that's kind of just like I'm putting my shit out there, so then I'm basically opening the floor for shit to talk about that you guys are going through.
Can we dissect the two separate things? And guys, tell me if I'm wrong here. I think there's two main things. One is how weed's being handled with like an extreme force, and the second that I've been hearing is individually there are officers that may be trying to G-check with no with no semblance of, hey, I'm gonna lose my life, it's gonna result in a paycheck, so YOLO. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, no regard for their fellow officers too, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the three of us share the opinion of, if you guys are deep as fuck and you got hella units, there's some respect to that, right? Because you know you need a big turnout to roll into those areas because they're volatile areas. But when you got 2-3 units snooping around, those types of people in that setting, that to me just shouldn't be happening. If we're known to be violent, we've had situations where we've pushed back, and then we got 2 cops in one car pulling into the area trying to take pictures. They're stupid at that point.
I mean, bro, like, we're talking like 20 minutes ago, I want to say. I got fucking Carmine slow rolling my shit. Solo, by the way, with nobody else. And talking shit. Like, okay, I take everything that Carmine says with like a degree of salt, you know what I mean? He gets a bit more of a pass just because that guy's a fucking moron, you know what I mean? But that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Like, yeah, I think we can all agree here that if you're pulling up fucking deep as shit, you did the fucking planning, you know what the fuck you're coming into, that we understand you have a job to do. I'm not saying I'm like, I'm for it, but I understand that's the job that's being done. You know what I mean? It's when, yeah, you got like the 1 or 2 people who come down, they talk some shit. I mean, I had officers like, what, 2 weeks ago come down on forum, tell my boys, they were basically gloating that they shot me down in another incident. They were like, oh yeah, I'll put you guys down like I put down Saint last time or whatever the fuck. Like, that shit that shouldn't be happening, especially from somebody that we have 0 relationship with. If it's somebody that I kind of fuck with or something.
Who, what? Do you remember who that was?
But the number of names that just go through one ear and out the other is like astronomical. But I can ask.
Do you know who did that?
I don't.
Okay.
We had Vic do the same thing. Yesterday, we had a big shootout with the cops. 5 of our people went to prison, 100k fines, 500 months. And TRT rolled in about 2 hours after while them people are still in prison. And then Vic gets on the megaphone and says, yeah, we smoked your boys earlier. That shit was easy. And we're back now.
Okay. I did talk to Vic about that situation, by the way. So you know, like fuck, hold on. Fucking Den's pulling. What's going on, Den? Don't listen. The forum, just set it aside for the second. I'm in a meeting. I'll call you back. Okay. Okay.
Did you about to say forum? Because if that's Den about to go into forum while this meeting is taking place,
no,
that's
Den,
cinema.
Den literally just called about forum, and I said set it aside. I'm not telling anyone to roll on any of your turfs while we're down here. I think that would be the ultimate fucking breach of trust.
Yeah.
But the thing, again, the thing with Vic, I did have a talk with him, and I'll be 100% clear. I'll be transparent on the shit I can. A lot of the shit I have to be fucking has to be dealt with internally, right? But people rolling into your turfs, regardless of the cop versus crim dynamic, officers should not be acting like a fucking gang. I understand there's like this whole meme where we are the biggest gang, but G-checking you guys should not ever fucking fly. I spoke to Vic Hanna about it. I don't know who else is doing this shit. It is being dealt with.
I just don't know when it's being dealt with. It's just bullshit because it's not a new. This isn't a new thing. This hasn't only just been it's been building up. We've got, you know, I've had my boys have literally put down your boys because they roll up on my people, just instantly talking the most smack. To put it bluntly, they're calling a gangster a pussy, and then what do they expect? They literally call my boys pussies.
Okay.
And then they get smoked.
I need examples. The thing is like all these situations come up. So the Vic Hanna one, I know because there was an example. There was literally an example given with it.
To him,
it's like, listen, I understand you guys are from the streets. It shouldn't get to a point where it's like you guys are snitching to me, but regardless, there's misconduct in the field that I do have to address. And when shit like this does come up, it has to be dealt with. And I mean, as far as the Vic Hanna, it's like, look, I talked to him. It's like, if it fucking continues, there's gonna be shit that's fucking dealt with. But I mean, when I am given this information, I am going and addressing the people over it. I haven't ever experienced this before. You know, we've never sat down. We've never had this conversation. I actually got chewed out. I rolled up on Manor turf once, and I didn't even know it was your guys' turf, and I got fucking blasted. And then they threatened to fire me over that because they thought I was trying to start a gang shootout. And then I wanted to have the Operation 1776 where we roll down there, but that got shut down. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. But I need like clear-cut examples. Obviously, the Vic Hanna thing is clear. The Carmine thing is clear. Regardless, officers like G-checking shit is gonna stop.
I mean, but I think it feels to me, and I was just explaining this to Nino, which is kind of like the thing for me, right? Is like, and it's always felt that way, which is why I feel like nothing gets fucking done when it comes to this shit, is because the people who do this shit know that they can get away with it, so they do.
Bro,
and
if
then
they
you
push
get a complaint,
the fucking
right?
forum
And,
alleyways after this meeting,
you
that's
have like 10
fucking
officers telling
mad.
you, oh, well, you can't do anything about this. They shot us down for it. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. He might be your boy, whatever the fuck. He basically gets a pass. Maybe he gets a slap on the wrist, whatever the fuck it may be, right? And then if it's anything criminal that they do, well, now the marshals are pulling up to the same fucking scenarios that we're having to deal with, so they can't involve themselves with fucking looking at like criminal fucking whatever bullshit comes with it, because they're part of the whole fucking situation. So it seems like a never-ending cycle of like basically like, yeah, because it's just a giant fucking clique, you guys do absolutely nothing to just correct the behavior. Because if you can't get away with it, I imagine the officers are smart enough to not do it. But if you feel like you can pull the right strings, you know the right people, whatever the fuck, then you do. You know what I mean?
I want to kind of interject here
Spitting
as
facts
like
right now.
having sort of seen things on both ends of the spectrum. I think what sometimes might happen is progress is made, but then y'all don't know about the progress because you don't know internally some of these cops are getting fucked. I can definitely tell you these guys are not one big clique. Trust me. That's why I skip.
I'm on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Fucking everybody hates me. Well, not everybody. LSPD, I have a feeling like a majority of the people like them, but I mean, without getting into the drama, there are a ton of people who do not fuck with me.
Why
Looks
do I
like
have
your
fucking
officer's disobeying
Denzel?
you, Doc.
Denzel just twatted out Saints. Call me.
Pretty
So-
sure you told him to put that to the side.
I want to finish the thought here, right? Is like, trust me when I say you know, it's been a minute, right? Since I've dabbled, but you're not wrong. Is that it's kind of like it's like you think there's progress,
Den
you
don't
don't hear
realize
about
how
it, you
much
make
he's
the
fucking
complaint.
up
It
right
seems
now.
like it goes into deaf ears, right? It
Yeah.
does seem to me, but like
Den
Daisy and
doesn't
Peters, it hasn't
realize
even been 2 months
the problems
since they've
he's
been in the
causing.
position. It takes a long time to get your
It hasn't.
bearings.
It hasn't even been a
And-
month for me.
and-
It's been four. It's marked. Yesterday marked 4 weeks for me.
These guys have fighting like it becomes like lost in translation, right? It's when you got a whole lot of old heads that are gonna quickly go to their ears and be like, oh, it's just criminals crying.
Bro, this would
Right?
be so
Fuck the deep of
good
it.
if they
While
push
low key
in.
are probably the ones that are going and instigating shit for their own personal pleasures, right? The reason I can tell you, being close enough with Peters and Daisy, is they do believe in accountability. They've already fired cops over this shit. I've been closely involved with internal corruption. You've probably seen the court case with Tilly and fucking Riker. These two are the reason that that investigation even got done. Now, I think the problem is that by the time progression happens, a restructure occurred. And then it goes back to square one.
It seems
As
to be a
long
common
as-
problem.
What's the
Sorry
common
to cut
problem?
sorry to cut you up, but like, so for example, right? The common
right.
problem, and what I'm saying is the people that's supposed to be putting motherfuckers in check. Example, straight up example, right?
All right, but I
Max.
just got word that your fucking officers are spinning my shit.
Well,
But I feel like there's not much for me to talk
No,
about.
hold
It's like-
on.
There's not much for me to talk about, but I try, but these guys, they just never fucking learn, but
Max, fuck.
nah. We out of this bitch. You know, though, on a level, that puts Den and them, man, in hot water, bro. That's fucked
Well,
up, bro. That is fucked
Yeah,
up.
it's beyond fucked up. I mean, to be fair to Peters, there we all heard him on the phone tell him put it to the side.
Yeah. You know how
But
it be.
the message has to be spent.
Yo, I'm just bailing out the
Bro,
area.
he was in the middle of getting Den to back off.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you can't blame Saint on that one, though, to be
Yeah,
fair.
but God,
I know
I
it's
don't
not
know.
ideal for you, Nino, but
fuck
I
me.
get his perspective.
Forget ideal for me. My question becomes at this point, like, you know, it's kind of like this, SK, right? Like, you know, how do we expect the cops to change if the rest of us aren't going to change? You know what I mean? I don't know why the fuck there becomes no leg to stand on for anybody.
I think if I had to answer for Saint on that one, I think he would probably say that he feels like he's not the one that needs to change.
When you shoot the guy that's trying to change something, what happens next? Because now this guy has to go back and look. You're like, I just got shot.
Yeah,
When I
no,
tried
I
to
don't
fix it.
disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. But I also see Saint's point of his hand being... When he's standing in front of the guy that can call the shots,
Yeah.
and something gets
Yeah.
called off, right? And then he gets the call from his people that they've gone through with it anyway. Him as a leader there, he's got to do his thing, right? I can't pass judgment on that.
God damn it.
This whole thing, it's like I said, Nino, bro. Like, this whole situation
It's-
is so close to getting messy and ugly, and it's just... That type
SK,
of thing is...
let me ask you a question. All right.
Mhm.
how does anything ever? How are things going to change? Is this what we want?
I can give you the mayor answers to that question.
Forget
or I
about the
can give
mayor,
you
brother. The only reason I'm
the
doing
SK
this.
answer to that question.
Yeah.
I think that all of us are very much over the conversating with them because it just seems like it goes in one ear, out the other. And I think people are very ready to show force, to show that their words lead to violent consequences. Like, I'm outside Forum right now. I'm hearing hell of a lot of shots.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Maybe it's time for me to give up too. I appreciate it, SK.
I appreciate you. Oh shit, this is cinema. This is fucking cinema.